Okay, this is Orlando Wilson, and what I want to talk about in this video is something more to do with business and it's applicable to all aspects of business. And that's keeping the people that are involved in any project to an absolute minimum. Now, over the years, again, constantly, I deal with issues, business issues, and a lot of times it's due to third parties that are involved between myself and the client that, one, are not doing their job properly, they're not particularly interested in doing their job properly, or just purely incompetent. Again, this is nothing to do with a lot of the clients. It's just the people they hire and the people they give taskings to do. So this is where, whenever you're planning a project or whenever you're dealing with clients, try and keep the middlemen, women, to an absolute minimum. I'll give you one example. I'll give you a few examples. One case I was dealing with in the US many years ago. Client had money, was being threatened by somebody. And the first thing he done was go to a lawyer, as a lot of people do in the US. And the lawyer just took a very large retainer and didn't do much after that. To me, when the client came to me, because the lawyer, he was referred to me by somebody else because the person that was referred to him knew he had problems and nothing was happening about it. The guy was under threat. The lawyer didn't want him to get armed security. The lawyer didn't want him to liaise with the police, etc., which is basic stalker management, etc. Easy fix for us. We'd supplied him with armed security, which was legal in the state of Florida. And again, liaise with law enforcement, let them know there's a problem, let them know what's going on. That way, if there was an incident at the client's house or with the client, then they'd know a little bit about the backstory. But the lawyer didn't want that to happen. When the threat was put into jail for another reason, an extradition reason, then the lawyer started doing things. And I think personally the lawyer was afraid of the person that was a threat and didn't want to get involved because he didn't want to get threatened. In the meantime, this lawyer had kept the client, who'd given him a large retainer, very afraid. And this is what a lot of people do. It all worked out there. To some extent, it worked out in the fact that the client didn't get assaulted, attacked. His family didn't get assaulted or attacked. But again, it was in my way of thinking, and also the client's wife's way of thinking, it was a very irresponsible way to do things. Because the lawyer was they put the lawyer in the middle. He was handling all the finances, and he was doing things for his own benefit, not the benefit of the client, which is usual with lawyers, or the client's and his family's security. So that's just one example of, if you put somebody in between you and the client, or the client brings somebody else in, the chances are they're going to be looking after their own interests rather than everybody else's interests. And that's a classic example. I see it again with security companies, and people start up and they bring on all these different directors, managers, etc. My first thing when I see these companies and people pop up with all these different people involved in projects is, how are they going to get paid? And I see some startup companies, they come along, you see their websites or they send out their brochures and there's 6 or 7 people involved. Okay, I know for a fact these people don't have any work. And if they do have work, all these people are doing that are supposedly managers, directors, and everything else, they're going to have to be providing duties, not sat in an office somewhere collecting paychecks. So this is where, if you're going to start something up, keep the people involved to an absolute minimum and work out, one, what are they going to be doing, and two, are they actually going to be getting paid for what they're doing? I've had people say to me over the years, "Oh, come and work with us, work on our company, etc." Okay, why? If you got something for me, call me and we'll cooperate. I just don't want my name stuck on your company for no reason. There's no business. If you have business, give me a call. We'll do the job. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Until next time. But I'm not interested in just having my name plastered all over the place for whatever reason. And I think a lot of people, I've done another video about this, about business titles, etc. Yeah, you can get people stroke other people's ego by giving them a big business title, a big job title. Okay, come work for us. You can be director of security for Latin America, for the Caribbean, for Eastern Europe, the Middle East. Okay, that's a good job title, but do you actually have any business? And most of the time, the chances are they don't have any business. They just have a sexy job title. Again, I've seen it from the training perspective as well. One crew comes to mind. Again, this is out of South Florida. Mainly law enforcement guys. They put together a training company. I met a couple of them. Nice enough guys, whatever. Would somebody doing their courses learn stuff? Yeah, sure. They were going to be the next best thing, but they didn't last too long. I think they'd done like 2 courses and disappeared. Why? They had like 5 or 6 instructors teaching each course. And I think a couple of their courses, their initial course, they had quite a few people turn up. But again, by the time you take in the price of range rental, etc., logistics, and then you split the profit, nobody's making any money. And again, I've seen this over the years with quite a few jobs. I've had it happen to me on one job that comes to mind. You subcontract a job out and the people spend all the money, including the profit. And you know what? To me, that's like tough nuts, right? You had the money, you spend it all. But this is where, as I said, especially from a training perspective, don't bring in too many people you don't need. Don't bring in too many instructors because everybody needs to get paid. I remember I've seen quite a few proposals forwarded to me over the years where people are going to send out training teams to train companies, etc., in various locations. They got like a 5-man, 6-man training team, if not more. Okay, that's flights, accommodation, food, etc., etc., etc. One, a lot of clients aren't going to pay for that. And 2, if they are going to pay for it, that's your profit gone. So try and keep, as I said at the beginning of this, whatever you're trying to do business-wise, keep the people involved to an absolute minimum. Why? Because the less people involved, the less problems you're going to have. The more easier it is to control. And also, the less people involved, the more profit there is. And again, this is a business. The close protection business is a business. The investigations business is a business. The training business is a business. It's all about making money. So if you got enough money of your own, if you're sat on a pot of gold and what you're doing is just a game, sure, you're not worried about making profit. In my world, I'm worried about making profit. It's business. And again, if I don't make profit, there's no point in me doing it. I'm past the phase of, long past the phase of doing things because I enjoy it. I enjoy what I do, but I enjoy the money as well. And that needs to be your perspective on things as well. So, a little bit of advice, a little bit of my insights. So follow me along on social media. There's going to be more videos going up in the near future about various aspects of the close protection business, investigations business, training business, etc. I've got an array of books up on Amazon, and we will be sorting out courses in the near future, more course dates. I'm slam busy on stuff. My other guys are slam busy on stuff. So we will be sorting out more course dates. And I'm trying to organize stuff for the US for next year, maybe early next year. But again, it depends on my schedule, and things with me at the moment is very, very fluid. So follow us along. And again, best thing to do, follow us along on social media, because we'll be putting out shouts for the course dates when we have them back up again. So in the meantime, as always, be good, stay safe, stay out of trouble. And remember, in business and life in general, if people aren't of use to you, don't associate. And if you're doing business, try and keep those you associate to an absolute minimum. Why? Because the more people involved, the more problems you're going to have.